Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Elizabeth in case you're new here, and today I actually wanted to go to the park to film, but it is like super cloudy and super gloomy, so I just stayed in my car. But anyways, I'm here to tell you about the 4 books that I read in September. Now, I really can't complain because I average about 4 books a month, but in my last wrap up, I kind of got confused and I said that I read one more book that I didn't read in August or July, one of the 2 months. I actually read it in September. So, to clear that up, the first book that I finished in the month of September is Return to the Isle of the Lost. This is a second Descendants novel. I forgot what I gave it. I think I gave it like 4 or 5 stars. I would have to go back into my Goodreads to see. Oh no, it broke, the little cover. Oh well, it is what it is. But the thing with the Descendants is that it took me a while to read them because you have to read the first book, watch the first movie. After seeing the first movie, then you read this book. Because it picks up literally right where the movie ends. So this was the second one that I read. Now, Descendants has 3 movies. Before you can watch the second movie, you have to read this book and the third book, which is Rise of the Isle of the Lost. So this is another one that I also read in September. This one was super fun. This one we're introduced to Uma, which is Ursula's daughter. Again, I think I gave it 4 stars because they are young adult. They are for, not even young adult, they're like middle grades. But they were just super fun. I mean, I was able to imagine it. Okay, so the Triton. This is Triton, King Triton, like Ariel's dad, granddaughter. She tried to play with it and she lost it. Uma could sense that it was there under the water, so she wanted it for herself so that she can, like her mom, rule the ocean. However, I forgot Triton's granddaughter's name, but she went over to Mal and the guys and she asked for help. So they had to return to the Isle to kind of find the Triton that they kind of felt was around there. So that's where this book came in. When you're done with these 2 books, then you have to watch the second movie. I have to say, the second movie I think was like my favorite one because that one was so fun. It had pirates and everything, but that's a video for a different day. When you're done watching the third movie, you go into the last and final book, which is Escape the Isle of the Lost. So in this one, Ben and Mal are gonna get married and they want to make like one final return to the Isle to remind the other kids, like the other villain kids that are still there, hey, we want to bring more of you guys over. You guys do have a chance. You guys don't have to pay for the mistakes that your parents made. So this one I felt was a really nice conclusion. We are introduced to Hades, which is why we have this going on there. Because without him, they can't get to like back to the Isle or something. But I felt that this was the perfect conclusion to the book series. Did it need a third movie? I don't think so. Although the movie did provide some information in the movie. You do find out who Mal's dad is. But I'm not going to spoil it. It's not in this book. And it did leave me wondering, okay, so we find out who Mal's dad is. But who's Carlos's dad? Who's Evie's dad? Who's Jafar's mother? So it's like, I'm glad I got closure for one of the kids. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me thinking as an adult and maybe as a mom that, I'm wondering who that missing parent is. But that's just me. The last and final book that I read in September was Cinder by Marissa Mayer. This book has been on my TBR for years, and I mean years. I'll have to put a thumbnail of the original book cover up here. So ever since I saw this book cover, it kind of intrigued me because I knew that it was a Cinderella retelling. I just didn't know to like what extent. But I'm sorry, I like this cover so much more because after reading the book, you understand why she's like this. And I feel that the original cover, I don't know, I just don't think it went well. But this cover is absolutely stunning. This is kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. The cover is a matte cover, but it's got like some smooth texture. I really don't know how to explain it. The cinder, I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of like, it changes color. Like, so you can tell that it's silver. So anyways, it is a Cinderella retelling. This is Cinder. Okay, so it takes place in the future. In like way the future. 120 something TE. I don't even know what the TE stands for. But there are like 6 different kingdoms of Earth. So she is from the Commonwealth New Beijing. So she's obviously from an Asian one. And there's a disease that is going around. Let me see if I can find. It begins with an L, like Moses or something like that. And it kind of reminded me of COVID, so it was so funny because like people didn't know what it was at the beginning, and then people started dying from it, but like the disease spread really quickly. Anyways, so you have the prince that he's coming to her because she's a mechanic for like androids and machinery and stuff like that, so that she can fix a particular android of his, which is like his best friend. And then, you know, they kind of start liking each other or whatever. And then there is a ball. Like, and then her younger sister, she's got two sisters. The older one that she doesn't like, which is Pearl, she doesn't get along with her. And then Peony, she loved Peony. They loved each other to death. But Peony contracts the disease. And unfortunately, she, you know, when she is discovered that she has the disease, obviously they want to like backtrack to see if Cinder has it as well, because they were together when the sister caught it. So they have to test Cinder's blood, you know, to see if she has it. She wasn't a carrier, she didn't have it. However, there was something special about her. She is a cyborg, but there was something even more special about her. So as like punishment for her younger sister Pearl dying, her Peony, I'm sorry, not Pearl, Peony, her stepmother kind of like gives her over to the government and saying, here, yeah, use her for whatever, you know, you need to find the cure for this disease that killed my daughter. And all of this is taking place at the palace because they're looking specifically for cyborgs. So the doctor that started doing all of these tests on her discovered something. Number one, she is immune to the disease. Why? You find out. But that is a spoiler, so I'm not going to say it. Oh my god, this book, and it literally, like, okay, if you look at it, it ends, let me see, hold on. Right here. So this is the entirety of the book. You have like this little piece left. I read it on my Kindle because it's easier for me to read on my Kindle. It stopped at like 80%. I was like, wait, what? Because it is literally left, like I will read you the last line. But they would be looking for a ghost. What the heck? I thought that this was going to continue because then there's a lunar queen. So yes, we got the moon kingdom and then we got like the earth kingdom. So then the moon queen, she wants to come down to earth to marry the prince who later becomes emperor because his father passes away from the same disease, so that, you know, they can form this beautiful unity together or whatever. And so Cinder goes to the ball and she finds out that the queen is there. The queen finds out her secret, which I cannot tell you what it is. And they go on this manhunt looking for Cinder. I thought that, like, because it's a series of 4 books with 2 novellas, I thought that they were like standalones just within the same world. Yeah, no, you have to read them all to literally get to the end. Oh my god, but they are so good. Like, I read that, I was like, wait, what? Like, it ended and I immediately picked up the second book and I started reading it and I read that within a week. And now I'm currently on book 3, but that's going to be for a different video. It's going to be in my October wrap-up. All in all, I 100% recommend this book, this series actually. Don't know, honestly, what took me so long to read it, because this book originally came out in 2012. So I've had my eye on it for over 10 years and I never read it. And I kind of regret that I didn't start, but then I'm kind of glad that the series is over because now I can binge the series without forgetting what happened, because I tend to be very forgetful, as you can probably tell with the Isle of the Lost books and the Descendant books. But this was so good. Oh my god, I recommend this to everyone and their mother. Actually, I have a student who wants to read it and her cousin wants to read it as well. So whenever she says that whenever she's done reading the books of mine that she already borrowed, she'll borrow this one. But oh my god, I literally, like, I could not put it down. It was fun. And then you start wondering, I'm going to give you like a little clue. So you have Cinder, which is this one. You have Scarlet, which I read. You have Cress. And then you have Winter. I'm almost done with this one. And this one, I have no idea who it is. This is like a Rapunzel retelling. And this is like a Little Red Riding Hood retelling. But so far, they all come together to help Cinder on her quest to get rid of the queen. Because the queen wants to not do the best things for Earth. But all in all, it was really good. I have to say, this was my favorite book of September. and I am so glad I own it. I need to buy, I'm reading the other ones out of the library on Libby, but I need to make sure that I end up getting these. And if you don't know, Barnes & Noble is actually doing double points for rewards members and then triple points if you are a premier member or premium member. I don't know what it is. So I might just cave and buy the other like missing ones so that I can have my complete set, because I am obsessed with these books. Oh, and then this also reminds me, earlier in the year, I read These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. It was an excellent book as well. I purchased that one after I read it. But that one also has a disease. And I don't know, it kind of like this one and These Violent Delights kind of reminded me of each other because of a disease that was spreading and they had no idea how it was spreading. I don't know. Maybe that tangent moment, squirrel moment, but I don't know. They just reminded me. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and subscribe down below. I would really appreciate that. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.